Feeling hungry? Nature could be your food bank. And did the injury end Sadman's career? To know, stay tuned with Kicker News. Hello everyone, welcome to Kicker News. For Kicker News, I am Sakib Ibn Rashid Rivu. It's been a couple of months since we all had to switch our black garbage bag to a clear one. Did it help increase recycling? Kicker's Arlet Lazarenko has the story.
January of this year, the City of St. John's initiated a new plan to increase recycling in the city. Clear garbage bag. Basically, you put your trash in a clear bag so city workers collecting your trash could see if you recycled or not. It's been over 8 months since this plan started. Here are some updates.
We found that with this kind of a process, and I suppose the threat you could say, that people are actually doing better with recycling. The numbers are up. We are up 30 to 40% over 2018, 19, 20, 21. And I guess it can be attributed to the fact that with the policy last January 1st of using the clear bags, we also made recycling mandatory.
However, you are still allowed to use one privacy bag per week. According to Councillor Hickman, the city is taking a soft approach, not yet given any fines or penalties to people not using the clear bags. But that soon might change.
At this point, it's pretty soft. You know, we're not clamping down on people at this point. It's only 8 months in. But of course, we will let people know with stickers on their bags or with notification. The driver will take down the address and they will be notified that we've noticed this and we want them to stop the practice. This will be fines eventually, and whether that's another 6 months or a year, I'm not sure, but we will, of course, clamp down a little bit harder as time goes on.
Xavier Michael Campbell is a writer and resident in St. John's.
Well, I guess the initial thought was that it's another expense because I guess I had a lot of black garbage bags. Ways that I think the city could have done a better job, I guess, with like more educational drives of like telling people and children, like teenagers, about the benefits of recycling and being transparent about how they're actually recycling and reusing all the garbage that they're getting and making the city a little bit more eco-friendly, or like, you know, more drives towards being eco-friendly so that we can see that recycling will be taken seriously. But at least they've tried something, which is okay.
For Kicker News, I'm Arlet Lazarenko.
Having an injury is a common thing for a sportsperson. For some, it may be the end of their career. But a Bangladeshi MAN student decided to beat his story and became the best on the field. I talked with him to know more about his journey. Take a look.
Sadman Muhtasim is a MAN student. He plays cricket for NL Tigers. His team became champion in 2022 Cricket NL Summer League. He himself got the Best Fielder award. Just 2 years ago, he was suffering from a shoulder injury. The doctors told he may not be able to play any competitive sports in future. For Kicker News, I got him during his net practice to know more about his comeback story.
Hi Sadman, thank you so much for joining us after your practice.
Thanks for having me.
So Sadman, please tell us about yourself first, about you and your sporting career.
So yeah, I'm an international student here at MAN. I'm doing my kinesiology and I'm in my last year of study. My sports career is a very long one. So I've been playing sports my whole life. I played badminton while I was younger. I played under 19 in Bangladesh. And then I also did bodybuilding back home and played soccer with my school. And when I came here in 2017, I started playing hardball cricket, which is very different from the cricket we used to play back home with tape tennis balls. So yeah, this has been a good journey so far.
So you said you used to play badminton and bodybuilding back in Bangladesh, and now after
Yeah.
moving here, you started playing cricket. So why is this change? Why did you stop playing badminton and like doing bodybuilding at the first place?
So there's a few reasons. Like one of the reasons is I wanted to try new stuff because I haven't played cricket with the hard ball before, so that was the interest. And there's the other reason that I was kind of forced to do it because I was injured during badminton, and I was competing and bodybuilding at the same time. So I was very dehydrated one day, and our coach just pushed us a bit too much, and that caused me a shoulder injury, which I didn't really realize at the time how bad it was. After my first season of playing here, things got worse, so I had to check it out. So I went to a doctor here. They told me that I possibly have a nerve impingement on my shoulder, which turned out to be true. And I also had other health complications.
Would you please
Yeah.
explain what nerve impingement or whatever you
So
said?
nerve impingement is like when so there are nerves coming out of your spine that goes through all of your body. So there's a nerve that controls your arm movements that go down your shoulder. So two of my nerves, the ulnar and the radial nerve, they got pinched in between the ball socket of the joint on my shoulder. So that was causing numbness and like pain on my right hand and on my right side as well, like on my ribs and everything.
Okay, and then move forward to 2022, you became the best fielder of the NL Summer League.
Yeah.
Okay, so please tell us this story, that how you came back on the field and did this possible.
So first of all, I had no idea that I was getting the award for it because I had no connections with the board because they make the decisions, and I knew we were the champions of the league, the team-wise. So I went to the prize giving ceremony with my team, and when they were handing out individual achievements, they called my name. I was surprised because I wasn't keeping any tally of it, like how many catches I took or how many runouts I got. So when I got the award, I checked through the data sheet and I saw that I got a good number of catches and runouts, so that was good. But yeah, I had to do a lot of preparation for it because first of all, I'm mainly a bowler, which is similar to a pitcher in baseball. So that requires a lot of strength on your shoulder because you're throwing the ball very fast towards the batter. And my issue is with the shoulder, so yeah, I had to work extra hard for it. And what I thought was, since my joint is very bad, I gotta support the joint with my muscles around it. So I tried weightlifting again, but it was very hard to do. But I went through it. Every day before the team practice, I used to come like 2 hours before and just do my own warm-ups and practice just to have a warm shoulder to work with and like not get injured even more. And yeah, just kept trying like every day. The team would have like two practices every week. I used to come like almost every day, maybe 5 days a week. And yeah, and with this harsh weather, like it's cold, so you feel the pain more even. So it was a very hardworking 4 months, and I'm glad that it paid off, like at least somehow, yeah.
So why did you decide to come back at the first place?
The thing was like, since I've been with sports, I've had my fair share of injuries, but not this severe, but I've always learned to push through it and like not limit myself and not give up to the injury or whatever the pain is. Because like, if I give the chance, that's probably the end of my career, because like I'm 26 years old now, so not at my youngest age, so recoveries like have to be right then and then. I can't wait 10 years to get recovered, and that'll just shorten my overall career, because sports isn't just a career or what do you call it, a recreation for me, it's a passion for me. So
when you actually like, sorry to interrupt, but when you actually realized that this injury, like how the doctors or other experts were telling you that this injury could end your career, so what went through your mind?
So because I missed 2 seasons, I was already just ready to go and like play on the pitch, because 2020 and 2021 was rough on all of us because we weren't allowed to go outdoors and everything. And I just wanted to play. I just didn't want to stop. Like just the attraction towards the game and towards being able to play and being physically fit. Just a thought, because I was always fit, thankfully, and not being able to perform these sporting acts and just being a what do you call it, crippled. I didn't want to be like that. I just wanted to be as fit as I can, even though it hurts a bit. I just still wanted to go through it. I just didn't want to give up.
So as now you're back on the field and you have proved to yourselves that you are still worthy to continue playing on the field and became the best fielder of this season. What's your future plan?
For now, I will take a rest for a couple of months because we just had a very long season. It was 4.5 to 5 months, so a lot of stress on the body. I gotta also relax and recover from this stress. And for now, maybe do a little bit of weightlifting, but I'm very, very excited for next year because since I started the league and from now, my shoulder's a lot better. So hopefully for next year, it'll be a lot better. Maybe all good, like 100% okay. So ready to give my 100% for next year.
Sure, no, Sazwan, that's a great, inspiring story for everyone, I believe. And thank you so much for joining me after your hard work and your practice.
Yeah.
Best of luck with your sports and your
pleasure. Thank you.
career. Thank you.
Welcome back to Kicker News. I'm Arlette Lazarenko. And now I have an interview with you. So last week, the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, or the IRCC in short, announced that international students can work more than 20 hours a week, starting from November till December of next year. Now, why do they do that? This is a response to the labor shortage. With me is international student Ariana Gomez. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
So tell me, where are you working right now?
I'm working at a home care agency right now. I'm a home support worker.
Very well. So what are your thoughts on the hour increase?
So personally, I don't think I will benefit from it because I have a lot of school pressure right now, so I don't think I will be able to work more than even 15 hours. So personally, it wouldn't make a huge effect, but a lot of my friends are really happy because they can save money.
So you say you're not going to change any plans, but is it something that you would consider in the future? I mean, increasing your workload or stuff like that?
I would have if I were not in journalism because I'm doing a journalism program at CNA and I have a lot of schoolwork to do. So I think I prioritize that more over working right now.
So you made up your mind, but if you think of other students, how do you see they're now balancing their school and work?
I think in order to balance work, which is full-time work, which is now what's allowed, and schoolwork, I don't think it will be a huge help for students because I think it's too much on them, working and at the same time having a personal life and doing well in studies. So you have to be a prodigy to be able to nail that.
So do you see any cons in this new rule now?
The only con that I see in this is I think students will be more fatigued and they will be very inactive in their personal lives. I don't see someone pursuing music or pursuing sports after working full-time and going to school.
I see. Well, let's see if I have anything else for you. No, if nothing changes for you now, you're going to keep on working. That's something that we're going to look forward to and stay up to date. Ariana, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arlette.
So, and now we'll take a break with a song. Here is Applied Music graduate Greta Warner with her song. There you go.
My name is Greta Warner. I am a local St. John's musician. I'm studying applied music here at CNA. I've been writing songs and performing for about 5 years now. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be here and get to play one of my originals for you.
Tell us about this song.
So this song is called The Goldfish. I wrote it during the first lockdown. I was heartbroken in a very 16-year-old way over somebody I didn't know. I had just invented a person who I fell for. And this song is basically just about that experience, about the realization that I never knew this person, that I was never gonna know this person, and that I needed to get over myself.
All right. Let's
Cool.
hear it.
All right, let's go. So yeah, this is The Goldfish.
stand above me, black-haired and black-lunged and beautiful and clean. I've been so poisoned by your scene. This town is getting smaller by the day, and I have seen you everywhere but my ashtray since the day you said you'd never want me and that I should go away. My apologies, dear. I'm a burnout, a goldfish sprawled out, and I'm drowning in air. Can I try again? Whoever you want to be near, I'll pretend to be. Here I am, love me or leave me. No, please don't go. I know you don't need me, but I'll try to show you you do. A third time's charm for the goldfish, for me and the window and you. You stick to all my skin like glue. I filled up my collarbones like cups for you, and I am tired of being painted green and blue for someone with a pretty face I never really knew. I think it's time we start again. Watch all the tar that bubbled up slip down the drain, and I can see you gilded, illuminated, wrapped in cellophane, but you belong in darkness, and there you shall remain. My apologies, dear. I'm a burnout, a goldfish sprawled out, and I'm drowning in air. Can I try again? Whoever you want to be near, I'll pretend to be. Here I am, love me or leave me. No, please don't go. I know you don't need me, but I'll try to show you you do. A third time's charm for the goldfish, for me and the window and you.
Mushrooms, berries, and edible leaves. Our nature is full of stuff we can eat. There are plenty of foragers in Newfoundland and Labrador picking their groceries from the side of the road. Here is Sean Dawson for a special feature story for Kicker News.
My name is Sean Dawson. I have a company called Barking Kettle where I specialize in harvesting wild foods here in Newfoundland. Supply a lot of the restaurants around town, and I'm at the St. John's Farmers Market every Saturday. Do my foraging tours, as you know, here at Murray's Garden Centre in Portugal Cove. Really good for that. I love doing these tours. I love educating people about what they can eat just outside their doorstep, and show them just how much food is actually in Newfoundland and how special of a place this is. So it's cool teaching people how much food is out there and not have to rely on so much grocery stores. And the ferry's shutting down. There's enough food around for us all to have and to preserve and to put away for the winter. We started doing them when the Grounds Cafe opened like 5 or 6 years ago, but yeah, we just had a lot of people, like we noticed a lot of people interested in foraging, and it was starting to take off, and probably because of the restaurants and doing the markets and all that, but just seemed it would be a cool idea to try. We tried them and they worked so well, where we just took people around this family farm, Murray's, showed them like through the disturbed areas and then through the farm setting, through the woods, and yeah, like you say, showing you mushrooms and berries.
you're pretty sick if you eat it, and it can look a lot like a chanterelle, like a smaller one. But it is really easy to tell the difference. They come out much later than like the earlier chanterelles, so they're always out now in the fall. And they always got this skinny stem. So it's like, if it's like a really skinny wet stem, you probably double check. And the gills always stop where the stem meets the mushroom, or meets the gills, and the chanterelle will always fade into the stem. So if you take a look and you're like, oh, that's pretty identified, it just stops, that's probably not the right one.
Into it, I guess, without really knowing I was into it, but I spent all my time up to my grandmother's on the southern shore, and I was always out. Like, my favorite thing was the berry pick, and she would always have me out picking dandelion greens in the spring, and yeah, she'd be making jams, and me and my brother spent a lot of time at my other nan's up the shore picking mussels off the beach and knocking on the neighbors' doors for plums, and I just always had a fascination of harvesting food, and yeah, and just I started selling a lot of tomatoes and peppers that I was growing years ago to the restaurants, and they kind of found out just through talking to them that I was really into mushrooms. So yeah, I started bringing them in mushrooms, and then started bringing them in berries and sting nettles and whatever, and it just took off.
Soup's a wild mushroom soup, and we got chanterelles in here, hedgehogs that we found up there. We got winter chanterelles, some leeks from the Murray's Garden, garlic scapes. What else did I use? Some white wine, and some shiitake powder, and porcini powder that I use to make the stock. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Hopefully, by doing these types of things, people will realize that nature is so important, and we do need all this stuff around us. There's so much symbiotic roles with mushrooms and trees and berries and moose, and I mean, it all works together. So if you start taking it away, it's pretty crucial, I guess.
For Kicker News, I'm Marlette Lazarenko.
Thank you for staying with us for all this time. That's all for Kicker News. To know more about other news and to get stories like this, you can visit at www.kickercna.ca. For Kicker News, I was your host, Sakib Ibn Rashid Rivu. Thank you and have a good afternoon.